And we are just about to get underway here in San Diego. It is the San Diego Surf Cup here, San Diego Polo Club, the Polo Grounds, and the game is just getting started. This is an under 12 matchup between the Dallas Texans Red 95 and Hawaii's Rush Abunai. 9:40 start here on field 1. The game is underway. We have Abunai in black and Dallas Texans red, of course, in red. And the Texans are going to push on this near side, their right side, all the way down to 16, Ridge Shipley. Ridge finds his partner, Zach Dunbar, number 6. Tries to play it into the middle, but no one there on the other end of it. Trying to clear it is Abunai. Don't get it out the first time, and it's collected. Now loose in the midfield, but it'll be Dallas Red getting to it first. Red sending it up, but the flag goes up on the far side for offsides. So hot out the gate for both teams. Hawaii Rush Abunai in black, coached by Darren Gu. Andrea Toner is the assistant coach, and the manager is Darlene Tajiri. Abunai sends the free kick forward, but it's collected by Dallas Red. The Texans Red moving it up on the far side. That's 6 again. Zach Dunbar working on the other side of the field now. Trying to find someone in the middle, but the Abunai defense denies it.
Go, Cuz, go, Cuz.
Abunai looking for some sort of a counter. 13 there. Kazuto Moribe moving it on the far side. He gets some space in the corner. 2 Texans Red defenders on him, and they're going to get Moribe for the push. Free kick for Texans Red. The lineups for the Rush: number 3 is Zach Carvalho. 4 is Kurt Anderson. In goal, number 5, Jaren Morikawa. 6 is Jensen Toner, the lone female on the field today. 7, Jake Sagami. 8, Matthew Fronda. 10, Tyler Matas. 11, Jeremy Laguana. 12, Doug Curran. 13, Kazuto Moribe. 16, Cameron Metz. 17, Corey Nago. 12 is Max Wren. And 22 is Andrew Momahara. The ball loose in the midfield. And it's Jensen Toner working on it, but it will end up at the foot of number 10 for the Texans Red, Marco Carrizales. Ball out the touchline for a Abunai throw. Throw went to the feet of the Texans Red defense, and now they're looking to counter. They throw it into space, and making a run on it is 16, Ridge Shipley. And he's still working hard here on this near side. He's got a man in space, but I think he might be offsides, and there goes the flag. It is up. So 16-6, Ridge Shipley and Zach Dunbar giving the Abunai defense some trouble. That's 2 offsides calls that they're going to need to be heads up about for the remainder of the game. They like to play that ball into space and run through it. Kick from keeper Jaren Morikawa to 22, Andrew Momahara, the left defender, playing it on the touchline on this near side. Jensen Toner working hard, trying to send it through into space, but only Texans Red players there.
Come on, Matt. Come on, Matt. Come on, Matt.
And the ball will make its way through to 17. That's Corey Nago up front. And Texans Red unable to clear it. And Johnny on the spot, it's 13, Kazuto Moribe, who takes control of the lack of clearance by Texans Red. They had a missed kick in the back. One of the defenders unable to clear it. I'm going to say it was number 2, Christian Soldat back there, unable to get a good foot on it, and it ended up right at the foot of 13. 13 for Abunai. Kazuto Moribe was able to put it in the back of the net past Caleb Underwood, the keeper for Dallas Texans Red. Ensuing kickoff for the Texans Red.
Go, guys, let's go, let's go.
Played back into the midfield. It's 16 Ridge Shipley who's looking for Dunbar, number 6. Ball makes its way into the middle and a tough sliding tackle there by the Abunai defender. Free kick for Texans Red. Short ball played, but the Abunai defense is there to pounce on it. Not giving Texans Red much space to do anything with, and the defense pushes up very far. And that's 14 all the way up from defense is Jonathan Bright, who's going to send the ball into the middle looking for Dunbar, but Abunai defense able to clear it away. Finally, it goes out the end line for a Texans Red corner. So a good burst of speed there by 14, Jonathan Bright, coming up from defense for Texans Red. Able to get the crossing in that near side corner here, our right side. A right swinging kick. Played out by the Abunai defense. Jensen Toner there. But Jonathan Bright's going to beat her to the ball. Bright looks for 16 Ridge Shipley in the box. But Ridge is unable to get a cross off. So Jensen Toner from the Abunai defense is going to play it all the way up to 17. That was Corey Nago. He's trying to work hard up there with Kazuto Moribe, who scored the first goal. And we're going to get yet another offsides call. 3 now in the game for Texans Red. And let's see, it will be Jaron Morikawa taking the free kick near midfield. Very un-San Diego-like day here this morning. It's been wet and humid all week. The field a little dewy, going to be slick. Low shots will be difficult for keepers today. Max Wren working on number 7 there for the Texans Red. That's Hayden Partain.
Look.
We have a substitution.
Oh, Corey, come, Corey.
Coming on is Cameron Metz, number 16.
Kazuto, drop into the...
Jeremy Leguana is going to push up to forward.
Matt, I want you to play holding mid, Matt.
And coming off the field is 17, that's Corey Nago.
Holding mid.
So only the one substitution, but a few players making some position changes. Jensen Toner in the middle now, looking to switch the field. Ball is deflected off a Texans Red player, and they end up with possession of it. A lot of small passes in the middle, but 13, Kazuto Moribe is going to steal it. And he's going to lose the handle on it as a couple of Texans Red players closed in on him.
Mark, Andrew, Mark.
11, Brandon Aubrey working in the middle, trying to find the forwards up top for Texans Red. Ball out the touchline for a Texans Red throw-in. And it's going to end up in the middle of the field for 20. That's Brandon Peck, but he's going to lose control of it, and now it's 16, Cameron Metz. And Kazuto Moribe working in the middle. It ends up at the feet of 22, Andrew Momahara, the left defender. Trying to push it up the line, and now 8 has it. That's Matthew Fronda. And a foul on the challenge by Moribe. Texans Red free kick. They play a quick start, but couldn't find their own players.
Come on, Jensen.
A couple of Abunai players working on. That's 20 there that had the ball and lost it. Brandon Pack for Texans Red. Working on the far side is 11, Jeremy Leguana. And he's going to lose possession of the ball, and now Texans looking to make some sort of counterattack. That's led by Brad Rostron in the midfield. And we have another Abunai substitution coming on is 4. That's Kurt Anderson. Off on the far side is number 11, Jeremy Leguana.
Come on, Kurt. Let's go, guys.
Abunai throwing on the far side, and they'll do it again. Thrown again off the head of Brandon Aubrey, but this one will stay in play. Ball loose in the middle of the field. Trying to make a turn was Ridge Shipley, but the Abunai defense there to dispossess him, and now at the feet of number 8, Matthew Fronda, looking for someone up front, but the Texan defense beat him to the ball. Ball loose, trying to settle it was Texans red, but taking control was Matt Fronda again in the middle of the field. Now number 4 has it Kurt Anderson on the far side, but he will lose it as 2 Texans red defenders closed in on him. Texan tries to push it up, but the long ball played from the Abunai defense. And now with control in space is Abunai, the defense. The ball now at the feet of Andrew Momahara. Foul on 10, that was Marco Carrizales. On the ball for the free kick is Tyler Matas. Ball played in right to the head. It was number 20, Brandon Pack for Texans red. Ball now at the top of the box loose, and they're going to call a foul on Abunai. Maybe a late challenge on number 16, Cameron Metz. Texans likes to play the ball quickly on the restart, but having trouble finding players up front. Ball will slip all the way through to the last defender for Abunai. That was number 7, Jake Sagami, and now it's Sagami trying to get a hold of number 6. Number 6 with a shot, Zach Dunbar. He tried to go across the box and go back far post, but Jaron Morikawa with the save back to his left side. So a brief defensive breakdown, a poor clearance, ending up right in the feet of Dunbar, and he tried to take it himself, but good closing speed by Jake Sagami to force the poor shot. And still a good save. Anything low is going to be tough for the keepers. Jaron Morikawa. And the ball does make its way across the field for Texans red. That was Shipley dropping off to the right defender, number 14, Jonathan Bright, who's working on this near side. And the ball will go out of bounds. Last touch by Abunai. Texans red throw-in. Bright will take the throw-in, looking for Dunbar. Off a Abunai defender's head, and Dunbar plays it into the middle, but no one there to receive it for Texans red. Now switching the field on that far side is 7, Hayden Petrain. Abunai unable to clear it fully, and they're going to drop it to the forward. That was 6, Zach Dunbar, but he is offsides once again. That's 4 or 5 now. Offsides calls for this Texans red team. It's a good job of the Abunai defense being able to move up as a unit, as a line, to set up that offsides trap.
Andrew, wouldn't you be able to pinch in a little to close up this space, Andrew?
And Jaron Morikawa taking the kick. Plays it to 21, Max Wren on the far side. And some physical defense from Hayden Petrain on that far side for Texans red will force the ball out of bounds.
Come on, Cam. Head, Cam.
Off of Wren.
Unlucky, Cameron. Thank you, sir. Oh, sir! Sir!
And now a challenge where some legs got tangled up, and the call will go Texans red way. Coming out for it is Jaron Morikawa. They called the foul on 16, Cameron Metz, on the tangle up on the left side of the field. The punt from Jaron goes right to a Texans red player who will play it up to 16. That's Ridge Shipley, who's getting very physical in that near side corner.
Come on, get up!
Winning it in the air is Shipley, playing it to Dunbar, who goes back to Shipley. Dunbar and Shipley trying to do what they can. And the ball's getting across the field, and with the shot, saved by Abunai, that's Morikawa. The ball was deflected to the near post, and it was Dunbar with another shot, but Jaron able to hold on to the rebound shot. The initial shot was off the foot of Brandon Aubrey, number 11, from just inside the box. That was the one that Morikawa got a piece of, followed up by Dunbar. He tried to go back far post. Morikawa able to make the save and hold on to it. And we'll get another substitution. On for Abunai is 12 Doug Curran and 11 Jeremy Laguana. And that's Jonathan Bright moving all the way up from defense. And now a good ball played into space on this near side. And trying to find someone was Zach Carvalho. And the referee's about to have some words with the team that played on this field before.
This is their zone. Okay, go over here. I want them away from your bench.
And that's assistant coach Andrea Toner trying to explain that they're not part of our team. That's what she's saying. And the ref wants to have this Barcelona team that played earlier today to move back. They've hung around to watch this game, but are giving, I guess, the line judge some difficulty with his vision.
Come on, play.
And it will be a free kick for the Texans red after the break. And the ball going back and forth now on one touches between Texans red midfielders and the Abunai defense. And finally able to clear it was 13 Kazuto Moribe. And that's Cameron Metz with the ball in the middle of the field. But a few Texans red players able to close in on him. And Texans red trying to push the ball up across midfield, finally do. But their first few initial tries were deflected and they were unable to push it forward. Had it gone through, there would have been some Texans red players off sides.
Touch. Cameron.
And now a challenge from behind, that was number 12, JT Katowski for the Texans red, and it will be a free kick upcoming for the Abunai. On the ball is Tyler Matas. Winning the ball in the air is Texans red, unable to control it. Abunai pushing it back to the defense. 12 Doug Curran is going to lose the handle, but earn himself a foul. Foul on number 16, Rich Shipley. And Tyler Matas is going to come over from central defense to take this free kick. Andrea Toner, the assistant coach, is telling her to look for 16, Cameron Metz. And the kick doesn't quite get there, just to the top of the box and cleared away by Brandon Aubrey. And now a counterattack being mounted by the Dallas Texans red. On that far side, it's Dunbar with the left foot going to the far post, and it's going to miss far post wide. Some breakaway speed there by Zach Dunbar on the far side on the counterattack. Abunai defense able to close in. And a good job of Jaron Morikawa to cut off the angle, force him to go far post. And with these slick fields, I mentioned that the keepers are going to have their difficulties. The shooters are going to have their difficulties as well, getting that plant foot down and having the ball stay in control, not squirting away. Short ball played from the goal kick. And it'll be last touch by the Abunai defense for a Texans red throw-in.
Come, Jensen, win that, Jensen. Thank you.
Push from behind on Texans red, that was number 9, Ben Gupton. Tyler Matas on the ball. Free kick for Abunai to midfield. That's Moribe settling it. Taking it up the middle of the field, sending a through ball down the middle, down the gut. Cameron Metz might have been able to get a touch on it, but unable to control it, and it ended up in the hands of Caleb Underwood. Those through balls are going to need to be sent to the corners on this slick field. Anything through the middle can easily skip away and end up in the hands of the keeper. And the difference in play thus far, Abunai able to work the ball up in attack, and Texans Red, the counterattack has been their best weapon thus far, attacking very quickly. Methodical play by Abunai. On the far side, last touch by Abunai for a Texans Red throw-in. Moribe in the middle of the field, settling the ball. And will push it up, looking for someone up front. It will deflect off a Texans Red defender and end up in the hands. It's number 1, Caleb Underwood. Punt from Underwood will be settled by Moribe in the middle of the field. Playing some defense on him was number 10. That was Marco Curizales. Play the ball out of bounds. Coming onto the field now is 21, Max Wren. Coming off from the far side, Kurt Anderson. Abunai trying to play the ball in the middle of the field. Attempted clearance from Texans Red, ended up at the feet of Moribe in the middle of the field. And they're going to get, that was Cameron Metz with the foul. A few times he's been called up there for challenges on 50-50 balls. And Texans Red looking to again attack quickly, but the ball will go off them. Last touch by Texans Red, throwing up coming for Abunai. Not able to find an Abunai player on the throw. It's cleared back into Abunai territory by Texans Red defense. Abunai defense plays it out the touchline for a Dallas Texans Red 95 throw-in. No one really able to establish possession on that far side, and it's an Abunai throw, and we're going to get another substitution coming on. Is number 3, Zach Carvalho. Off is Cameron Metz up front. Throwing on the far side for Abunai. And emerging with the ball, that's 8 on the far side, Matthew Fronda, who's going to play it up into space. And ending up with the ball is 17, Corey Nago, looking into the middle. No one in space, but Moribe will get there first, and he's taken down by the Texans Red defense. No call. Ball at the feet of number 3, Zach Carvalho. Last touch by Texans Red. And we're going to have a stoppage of play to see if the player that went down was injured. That's Kazuto Moribe, number 13. Play resumes. Thrown for Abunai. Ball ends up at the feet of Jensen Toner. Trying to send it in with the left foot. It's deflected, but ends up at the feet of Moribe anyway. And now with the touch past the defender, that was 8, Matthew Fronda. But the shot kind of squirted off his right foot.
Come, Kurt. Quickly, hurry up. Quickly. Stop, sir.
And it will be an Abunai throw-in. Coming back on is Kurt Anderson, number 4. Coming off is Max Wren.
Get it, Kurt. Good job, Max.
So many substitutions for this Abunai team, getting fresh legs in as often as they can. And that's been their game plan, to small pass through the midfield, find the forwards up front. In contrary, the Texans Red team looks to attack quickly from defense, playing it up to 2 forwards that they've had up there, Dunbar and Shipley. Abunai throw-in ends up at the feet of Texans Red. They played up front, but no Red players there.
Touch. Come.
Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up.
Come on, Zach. Keep going. Good, hit it. Come on, keep on playing.
With the ball now is Doug Curran, number 12.
Doug! Come on, Doug!
And Kazuto Moribe in the middle now, looking for
Corey, where's the...
anyone up front.
Put him in for the last couple minutes.
And the ball will go out the touchline. And they're going to say throw in for Abunai. And we will reach halftime. So two contrasting styles of play thus far. Abunai trying to play the slow, methodical game, moving it from defense all the way up to the front, passing through the midfield, and Texans Red trying to push it up from defense to the forwards on one touch, sending long balls through. They've had a couple offsides calls. And at the half in the San Diego Surf Cup, this was a 9:40 start here in this under-12s game, is the Abunai 1 and Texans Red 0. And just about to get underway in this second half in San Diego Surf Cup, an under 11 bracket match between Abunai and Texans Red. I'm Matt DePalma for George Langevin Productions. This is the Sunday morning game, final game of bracket play here at the San Diego Polo Club. 20 fields here at this facility in San Diego. It doesn't look like San Diego, but we're here. And it's a 1-0 match right now. Abunai on top. Abunai in black on the defense right now, and it's Texans Red unable to get anything going up in this near corner. But they will take possession back at midfield. Playing a square ball into the middle. That was Jensen Toner almost able to steal the ball. And the offsides flag is up, and the ref couldn't find him. The ref could not find the offsides flag because it was so far towards midfield. The Abunai defense pushing all the way up to midfield. There was at least 2 players offsides, and the center referee could not find the linesman for the offsides call because it was so far up. So play resumed, but nothing came of it. And a free kick for Abunai. So Abunai running that offsides trap very well. They've caught this Dallas Texans Red Team 95 offsides close to double-digit times now. And that's number 6 for Texans red, Zach Dunbar. Plays it over into the corner, and working over there that's Shipley, number 16 on that far side, and will earn his team a corner kick. First corner kick for Texans red. We've had one so far in the game for Abunai in the first half. On the ball, on the kick for Texans red is 10, Marco Carrizales. Right-footed, out-swinging ball coming in. Ball goes out of bounds behind the goal. So it didn't outswing at all. Stayed out of bounds and will be a goal kick for Abunai. This wet field may be giving the kickers some problems with that plant foot. That ball squirted away from Carrizales on the corner. Short ball played from the keeper to the side, and trying to take control of it now is Dunbar, number 6, working in the box. And a touch will be made by the Abunai defense, and it will go over the end line as the keeper came out for Abunai. That was Jaron Morikawa, came out to cut off the angle, but at the last second, a Abunai defender poked it over the end line. So the second corner in as many minutes for this Texans red team. On the ball now was Shipley, another right-footed out-swinging ball, and sliding tackle from number 20. That was Brandon Pack, who took down Jensen Toner.
Go to the corner!
And they're looking to play it into space on this corner, and that's number 11, Jeremy Laguana. Plays the ball into the middle for 16, Cameron Metz, who's gonna try and drop it off for Jensen Toner. Ball's taken away by the red defense. Unable to clear the ball, Jensen Toner loses the handle. And now it's 16, Shipley, Ridge Shipley, trying to push it up to Dunbar, who will play it in the middle to a Abunai defender. Jensen Toner in the middle, playing the ball out to that far side for number 3, Zach Carvalho. Ball go out on the touchline for a Texans red throw-in. The red throw-in will end up at the feet of Jensen Toner, plays the ball into the middle, but it's intercepted by number 9, Ben Gupton. Brandon Pack with the ball now in the middle, plays it out to number 2, Christian Soldat. On this near side was number 8, Cole Headland. And playing it up is Soldat into space, into the corner. Making a run onto it was Hayden Partain. But the ball will go out the touchline for a Abunai throw-in. Substitution coming on for Abunai is 17, Corey Nago.
Corey, you gotta stay strong on the outside first. Andrew, you ain't clear that ball in the middle of the field?
And off is Andrew Momahara.
You're better than that, Andrew. Why? Pressure.
Abunai throws it in off the head of Texans red. They'll do it again. And they'll do it a third time, again off the head of Soldat, number 2, the defender for Texans red. The throw now over most of the red defense from 21. That was Max Wren with the throw.
Come on, Matt. Good, Tyler. Relax.
Now the ball into space for Corey Nago. The new substitution, he's going to play it into the corner. That's 16, Cameron Metz. And, oh, a shove from number 12 on Texans red. That was JT Katowski with the physical challenge. And it will be a free kick. On the ball is 13, Kazuto Moribe, who has the lone goal in this game. Will take this kick, just about a corner kick. Right foot out swinging ball goes near post, and it goes off the hand of number 2 Soldat for Texans red. The ref deems it incidental, no advantage. And then a foul by the Abunai midfield. But clearly a handball there in the box. But the ref not awarding a penalty kick for the infraction. Ball intercepted by Soldat, who plays it up on this near side to midfield. Number 8, that was Cole Headland, trying to play the ball up. And he believes that it went off the Abunai defender, but the linesman signaled that it was an Abunai ball. But the ref will overrule him and give the ball back to Texans red. All things said, I think it was the right call. I think it did deflect off an Abunai defender.
I like it, Cam. Play simple.
Cameron Metz playing the ball into the middle. There's 3 red shirts around him. He's now in the middle, dropping it off to Jensen Toner, trying to look for a touch to that far side, and it will make its way over there to the far side. Working over there is number 3, that's Zach Carvalho.
Oh, Zach. Oh.
Dropping it to number 11, Jeremy Leguana on the far side. Ends up back at the feet of Carvalho. Working on him in defense was number 4, Tyler Mooten.
Stop, ref. Hurry. Hurry.
Another substitution for Abunai. Coming on is number 4, Kurt Anderson. Off on this near side is Corey Nago. Throwing on the far side, going to be taken by Jensen Toner for Abunai. Finds the head of a Texans red defender. Ball not initially cleared. And the second attempt doesn't make it. Max Wren able to keep it in. But the ball finally cleared from defense. That was number 9 for Texans red, Ben Gupton. Able to clear the ball all the way across the field onto this near side into space. Last touch by an Abunai defender.
Hey, Kurt, relax, Kurt. Kurt, stop.
That's Cole Headland, number 8, trying to play the ball in. Long touch played by, that was number 6, Zach Dunbar. And playing it off Dunbar was the Abunai defender, Kurt Anderson. And we're going to have a substitution for the Texans red. Coming on is Brandon Aubrey. And in defense, or moving from defense up to the forward position, is Jonathan Bright. Ball played short to Wren. Wren working in that corner with nothing to do, but earns a throw-in. Last touch by number 9, Ben Gupton. And then the referee's going to say that it's going the other way, or he's telling him to move back. And it will still be an Abunai throw-in. Max Wren trying to take a couple extra steps. Deep in their own zone, the Abunai defense with the throw. Trying to flick it on was number 4, Kurt Anderson, and it will find the feet of Maribe. Trying to play it up, but Texans red defender there, number 15. That was...
Relax, Darren, relax.
The ball goes out the end line. Nope, it was an offsides call. Will be taken by Jaron Morikawa, and he plays it short. They've been doing it all game. Onto that far side, that's number 11, Jeremy Leguana.
Come, Cam, come, Cam. Come, Cam. Come on, Cam. Play feet.
And working in the middle now is number 16, Cameron Metz. Tries to play the ball up as he's taken down.
Tyler, organize, Tyler.
And now it's Kazuto Moribe looking to switch the field. And he finds Kurt Anderson on the far side, who will take it into the box. Recovery run from Soldat, number 2.
Come on, Kazuto.
Will take the ball, but Kazuto will intercept the attempted clearance. And the ball will be last touched by the Texans red defender for a throw-in in the attacking third for Abunai. Substitution coming on, Corey Nago. Off on this near side is Kurt Anderson. Throw-in by Max Wren for Abunai. He found Matt Fronda in the middle, but he played it into space in the middle for no one. And the Texans red defense able to clear it all the way to the other end of the field, but easily collected by Jaron Morikawa. Jaron will now punt it. And that's one in the air off the head of number 11, Brandon Aubrey. And they're looking into space. That's number 3 on that far side, Zach Carvalho. Ball ends up at the feet of Jensen Toner. Trying to play the ball up into the middle for Metz.
Come on, Matt.
Now the ball into space, and it's the Texans red player that was number 7 winning the ball, Hayden Petrain.
Come.
And a hard challenge by Max Wren. And the free kick will be taken by Pack. Plays the short ball. And they find that's Jonathan Bright on that far side, who will take the throw in for the Texans red. And moving on the line, now sending in the crosses, Jonathan Bright will go all the way to the face of the goal, and it will come back in, but right at the keeper, Jaron Morikawa. Ball was sent in. They tried to clear it from defense, but intercepting the clearance and taking the shot was the Texans red midfielder.
Go to goal, Cam. Come on, Curry. Come on, go to goal. Go to goal.
And now working in the middle of the field is 13, Kazuto Moribe, and he will be taken down. That's number 2, Soldat. Ball still at the feet
Come on, Matt. Hold Matt. Hold Matt.
of Abunai. And they're going to try and work it again. 17, Corey Nago working on this near side. Will drop it off to Moribe, and Soldat again able to get a foot on it. And they're going to issue a yellow card to Moribe for running through Soldat, the defender, number 2, Christian Soldat, the Texans red defender. And Moribe with the strong challenge after not getting any calls on some strong challenges made on him. Takes his matters into his own hands and a strong challenge.
Come on, Matt. Yes. Come on, Cam. Come on, Cam.
And Cameron Metz taking the ball from Moribe.
Well done, Jeremy.
One in the air by Brandon Pack. And it's Jonathan Bright on the far side. That's number 14 for Texans red. Getting down the line in a hurry. Moving the ball into 16. That's Ridge Shipley. Shipley moves into the box, but will lose the handle on it. And trying to challenge from behind is Shipley, trying to get the ball back. But the referee will call a foul. Free kick upcoming for Abunai. Keeper Jaron Morikawa will take the free kick. Not looking to switch the field. Tries to play it up that far side. And the ball comes back in a hurry, but it will be offsides. So a real good job by this Abunai defense being able to push up as a unit and catch the Texans red attackers offsides. Ball into the feet of Dunbar for Texans red. Dunbar trying to run through everyone, and it's Max Wren who's going to beat him to the ball. A little shove from Dunbar as the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Max Wren. And the throw will be taken by Christian Soldat for Texans red. Short throw. Ends up at the feet of number 7. That was Hayden Petrain, who plays it in the middle forward. Number 11, Brandon Aubrey, tries to work something in the middle, but it's disrupted. And another offsides call. This Abunai defense just not letting any kind of through ball be played to a forward. Everyone, at least 2 players again caught in the offsides position. The forwards for this Texans red team not able to get back onside. Ball played up by Jaron Morikawa. But Texans red will win it in the air but lose possession. Jensen Toner ends up with the ball, trying to send it forward to Cameron Metz. But taking control of it now on the far side is Jonathan Bright. Now works it into the middle, dribbling into the middle, looking for an option. And he's going to try and send it to the middle, but that was number 13, Kazuto Moribe, denying the cross. Now Ridge Shipley dropping back number 16 for Texans red, playing it out over the touchline for a Abunai throw-in. Abunai trying to make a sub, and coming on will be number 12, Doug Curran, and for Kurt Anderson.
Kurt, you gotta hold that side, Kurt. You gotta delay that.
Coming off number 17, Corey Nago, and number 3, Zach Carvalho. Throw in
Stay strong on that side.
upcoming for Abunai. Still a 1-0 game here this Sunday morning. Last game of the bracket for both these teams. Abunai on top with the goal early in the first half by number 13, Kazuto Moribe. Free kick for Abunai.
Matt.
Taking it will be Tyler Matas.
Play holding mid.
Sends it up down the line, trying to find Kurt Anderson on that far side. And now it's Texans red. Looking to maybe switch the field. The ball got stuck in the middle, and pushing it up was number 9. That was Ben Gupton. Tyler Matas trying to clear the ball. And they're going to say that it hit Tyler Matas' hand. It went off his head, and I saw that it hit his foot, but the referee seems to think that it hit his hand. So not calling an incidental handball in the box on Texans red earlier in their game, an incidental handball on Tyler Matas now. Tyler again trying to clear it. The free kick went right into the wall of Abunai, and now Jonathan Bright working on that far side. He's got good speed, and he's going to turn the corner. Kurt Anderson goes down, trying to send the cross in. It was deflected, went back to Jonathan Bright's feet, sent it again with his left foot, and now moving it up, Jensen.
Thank you, sir. Hey, sir. Hey.
That was Jensen Toner able to clear the ball and taking the foul from behind.
Corey, come, Corey. Jensen, hey. Jensen, hey. Jensen. Relax.
Things getting heated here late in the game, and there was no attempt at the ball. It was a hip check. That was number 11, Brandon Aubrey, with a strong challenge, and still down on the far side. Slow to get up, but seems to be all right. Tyler Mattis will take the kick. Ball played back to Tyler. Sends it up again.
Stop, sir.
And it was Texans red trying to clear it. Ball goes out of bounds for an Abunai throw. Now coming on will be 17. That's Corey Nago. Coming off was Doug Curran. Kurt Anderson with the header into the middle off the throw-in, but it will be cleared by the Dallas Texans Red 95 defense.
Get up, outside, Cam, outside! Yes, Cameron!
And Cameron Metz is going to find number 17. That's the new substitution, Corey Nago, on the near side. And he's going to take it into the corner, looking for a cross. Tries to drop it back to Kazuto Moribe. And it was Moribe trying to send one in, but it will go over the end line for a goal kick.
Corey, come.
Substitutions for both teams. On is 3, Zach Carvalho.
Corey, Zachary, keep him here. Keep it here.
Don't let him out. Don't let him out. Max, mark him.
Keep it here, Cam. Drop, Cam. Keep it here.
Goal kick for the
Okay.
Texans will make its way all the way now past midfield, and that's number 6, Zach Dunbar, working on the far side. He's going to try and turn the corner and send a cross in,
Goal kick.
but the ball will go out the end line for a goal kick. Just one touch too many trying to turn that corner. The ball got away from him. So a goal kick now for Hawaii Rush Abunai.
Max, tight on your mark. Tight on your mark. That's ours.
Goal kick taken. And in possession of it was Jonathan Bright. the defender for the Texans red team. And we're gonna get a handball on Kazuto Moribe. So a free kick upcoming for these Texans red, about 25 yards out. And a right-footed shot on goal will be taken into the hands of Jaron Morikawa. Taking the shot was number 10, Marco Carrizales. And the punt to this near side will go off the head of the Texans red defender, number 2, and now it's number 16 trying to do it himself, Cameron Metz. He'll lose possession of it though. And now Texans red is going to come on this near side, going the opposite way for a counter attack, bring it up the field, number 15, Jack Blanton. And being tripped up in the middle of the field was Ridge Shipley. So another free kick about the same spot as the last one, 25 yards out, and on the ball again is Carrizales.
Zachary, watch outside, Zach! Zach, watch outside!
Marco Carrizales, a right footer.
Hey, Jeremy, mark that!
See if he goes with the shot again.
Tyler, hey, Jake!
Or if he's going to back up the Abunai wall.
Watch the chip, Darren!
And he's not going to shoot, he's going to try and chip it in. And I don't see a flag up. The shot was taken, that was number 9, Ben Gupton. But Jaron Morikawa able to get a piece of it, and it was eventually cleared by the Abunai defense. Ball will be last touched by number 7, Hayden Petrain.
Hey, Zach! Stop, sir! Kurt. One minute? Guys, hey!
Substitution for Abunai coming off is Kurt Anderson, and on is number 17, Corey Nago. Just in the ending minutes of this game, things getting heated. 4 players go up for a header. And now it settles at the feet. That's Brandon Pack who's going to play it over to 16. That's Ridge Shipley who's going to drop it to the defender 14, Jonathan Bright, who's showed some speed on that far side, and they're going to get a foul. And a yellow card issued that was very quick on number 11, Jeremy Laguana. The foul on Jonathan Bright. The foul was called on Tyler Matus. So again, on the ball, now more to the far side. Probably about 25 yards again, but on the far side. That's Carrizales sending the ball in. I think they was looking for a Texans red forward to run in on that, but it was easily collected by the keeper, Jaron Morikawa. The ball's going to play it up into space for Abunai, and Soldat has no other option but to drop it back to his keeper. That was Caleb Underwood, who's going to send it up. And now a real sense of urgency from both teams. Abunai wants to preserve this lead, and Texans red trying to do everything they can to even the score. And that was Cameron Metz going down. Ball last touched by a Texans red defender. So it'll be an Abunai throw, and I don't think there's enough time for a substitution. So the waning minutes of this game. This is a must-win for Abunai. If they win this game, they will move on. So with a little time left, see if the only thing that could happen right now is the Texans red even the score. Another goal doesn't really mean much for Abunai, but will seal the deal. And a foul will be called on Jensen Toner as she collided. That was Brandon Aubrey that both went down. And they're going to call it on Jensen Toner, who went down hard, slow to get up. But I think she's going to finish this game. We're now in extra time. This will probably be the last attack for this Texans red team. And that's Jonathan Bright trying to send it up. And unable to clear it is Abunai. I think one good clearance will end this game, and that is it. That is the end of the game. And it is Abunai who's going to win this game 1-0 in this under 12 bracket. And Abunai, the team from Hawaii, the Hawaii Rush Abunai, will advance on in the San Diego Surf Cup. And they are very ecstatic about the win. It was a 1-0 win, the one goal coming from Kazuto Moribe early in the first half. Solid defense the whole game. At least 8 offsides calls on the Texans red team.
Good job, guys. Good job.
And that is the end of the game. So 2 different stories for these 2 different teams. A slow, methodical game being played by Abunai, being able to move the ball from defense to the midfield to the forwards on the ground with short passes. And on the contrary, I mentioned there was Dallas Texans red 95 looking to send long balls through into space all day, but the defense for this Abunai team as a unit staying flat, pushing up, catching them off sides many times. So that is it here on field 1. It is about 10:40 here. The end of this game. For George Langevin Productions, I'm Matt DePalma. We'll see you next time. All right, Matt DePalma here for George Langevin Productions. I'm here with the Hawaii Rush Abunai, coached by Darren Gu, Andrea Toner, and the manager Darlene Tajiri. I got 3 players with me from the winning team. You guys won 1-0 today. Who do I have here?
Kurt Anderson.
Kazuto Moribe.
Andrew Momohara.
All right, guys. So you guys are from Hawaii. Is this your first time to San Diego?
No.
No, all right. So what do you guys do when you come to San Diego on these tournaments to Surf Cup and that's not soccer related? What do you guys do in the off time?
Well, a couple days ago we went bowling as a team, and then we went practices. That's basically it.
What do you guys do at the field in between games to prepare for the upcoming games in the tournament?
Well, we go to sleep or, yeah, that's it sometimes.
All right, you guys did really well. You had a clean sheet, didn't allow any goals, and scored the 1 goal. What are your plans to improve, to score more goals, and keep the clean sheets, like a 3-0 victory next time you guys go out?
I think we should shoot more and just possess the ball.
All right, shoot more and possess the ball. We always end this with some shout-outs, so who do you want to say hi to?
My grandma.
I want to say hi to my sisters and my mom and dad.
I want to say hi to my dad and my grandma and grandpa.
All right, that was 3 Abunai players. Let's get 3 more. All right, we got 3 more players from this Abunai team. Who do we have here?
Zachary Carvalho.
Jake Sagami.
Tyler Matas.
All right, guys, you're moving on in this tournament. What are you going to do now to prepare for the rest of it?
We're gonna try hard and practice a lot before the game.
All right, what happens when you guys make it all the way and finally win? What are your celebration plans?
Probably gonna party at Hawaii and stuff.
Party here and party in Hawaii. You guys have been here almost a week maybe? Something like that. What else have you done? I heard bowling is one of the things you guys do. What's another thing you guys do in San Diego? Because there's tons of things to do here.
Practice. And I don't know, that's it.
That's what you're here for. All right. Let's give some shout outs. Who do you guys want to say hi to back at home?
My mom back in Hawaii.
My dad, my sister, and my brother.
My dad and my little brother.
All right, thanks, guys. Let's get 3 more. All right, I'm here with 3 more Abunai players. What are you guys' names?
Douglas Kern.
Jensen Toner.
Max Wren.
All right, guys, what do you plan to work on individually to get ready for your next game?
Possessing the ball more, working on our dribbling and better passes.
Yeah, possessing and pass to our people on our team.
I pass more and try to get more shots on goal.
All right, what do you guys want to do in San Diego? Is there something you guys haven't done yet that you want to do here in San Diego?
I don't really know. Maybe watch a horse race.
I don't know. I don't really have anything.
Probably go to a movie.
All right, guys, thanks. And who do you want to say hi to back at home?
My family and friends.
My dad and my sisters and my brother.
My mom and my other 4 brothers.
All right, guys, thanks. Let's get 3 more Abunai players. I'm with 3 more Abunai players all the way from Hawaii. Who do I have here?
Cameron Metz.
Matthew Fronda. Jeremy Laguana.
All right, guys, it was a good win today. What do you plan to work on for the rest of the tournament?
Winning more games and getting to the top.
Having more shots. Defending and possessing the ball.
Okay, you guys run that offside trap really well. You cut the other team off maybe 8 times. Is that something you guys really focus on during your practices?
Yeah, our defense is pretty good at that. They do it a lot.
And what are you guys' plans to get more shots? Is there anything specifically you're going to work on?
Possessing the ball and getting it to your forwards.
Okay, and that's going to win you guys the tournament. And what are you going to do after you win?
Go back to home and party.
All right, who do you guys want to say hi to back at home?
My mom and my sister and my family and friends.
Grandma and grandpa. My brother and my dad.
All right, guys, thanks. Let's get the remaining 2 players, 2 Abunai players. All right, I got the last 2 Abunai players with me. What are you guys' names?
Corey Nago. Jaren Morikawa.
All right, guys, you're advancing in the tournament. What are you going to do to win this thing?
Score. More goals.
All right, now I assume you're going to try and keep balls out of the net.
Yeah.
What are you going to do specifically to improve yourself?
Talk to my defense and score goals.
You guys have anything specific you want to do here in San Diego?
No, not really. Play soccer.
All right, play soccer. And who do you want to say hi to back at home?
My pet rabbit and my mom and sister. My mom and my sister and the rest of my family and friends.
All right, thanks, guys. And that is the Abunai team from Hawaii. Thanks, guys. All right, that was the Hawaii Rush Abunai team all the way from Hawaii. They faced the Dallas Red Team 95, the Texans, and won 1-0 in this Sunday morning match. They will advance on in this tournament, and we just interviewed all the players. For George Langevin Productions, I'm Matt DePalma, and we'll see you next time.